AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Dan Lebron wants to know why LeBron James PED's accusations can't be talked about. Look at Alid Hamanamin, whatever, how you ever say his name. No disrespect, Alid Hamanamin, but I can't pronounce your name.
You are creating something slash giving voice or gas to something, no matter how unfounded it is. So you cannot say, well, Chael Sonnen said it. If Chael had just said it, if it had just come out, he was this week's guest on Andrew Schultz's show, then maybe that's an opening.
A newsworthy lane. You're talking about timeliness. It's a timeliness question where I can ask questions in. We're gonna agree on this part, right? We're living in the skeptical age, right? The age of skepticism. And so if I just make it hypothetical athlete X, I don't even make it LeBron and everything you know. I simply say to you, what do you think is more likely, that an athlete would try and defy age through science at the end of his career?
This is what happens when you don't do push-ups. Why do you care? If you have an opinion, just speak on it. You scared about what your coworkers are going to tell you? Didn't you hire these people to challenge you or engage in conversation in the way that you think you can exercise your mind, brother? I put it on here. I want to talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? But your punk ass. Well, what if we put superstar X or player X and then we bring up, because it's not player X. That's the part that LeBron haters, Skip Baylesses of the world, it took them a long time to understand. LeBron James is a mega star. A mega star. He's not just player X. Very few in his department. The fact that he's even in a GOAT conversation is crazy, right? But that's besides the point. I digress. You brought him up. Why are you pussyfooting? Daniel, since you Cuban, right? Daniel.
Or that one athlete had a career that defied the limits of the human body, unlike any we've ever seen in terms of mileage and how his body holds up for 20 straight years. I'm assuming did Kareem have more minutes? I'm assuming LeBron James has played more minutes than anyone else. Which do you think is more likely?
I think if you put it as a if you frame it exactly as you framed it there are people who can say, we know who you're hinting at. But I think you stay on.
Exactly. So there's no point. You just wasted a whole bunch of time arguing about getting to the damn question. Daniel, let's get to it.
This, albeit very close to that line, on this side of the line of, okay, you can have that conversation.
But if I preface it though, if I'm prefacing it with all that you know about me and my admiration for LeBron, combined with,
you mean if you glaze him the way you've been glazing him? They took 5 minutes just to explain all that. You can't get the show another. Listen, this is the question. It's LeBron. It's LeBron. He's been around for 20 plus years. He goes on to mention in there how Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa were uplifted in baseball. And then when Barry Bonds and Lance Armstrong came around, they were villains, this, that, and the third. Okay, Lance Armstrong, you could just follow Lance Armstrong's career and you'll see he went from superstar to super villain. They all did him dirty over there on them bikes. Them little dirty bike peddlers. What? Why are they fucking with Lance Armstrong like that? Lance Armstrong made them millions. I didn't know. Who the fuck watched the Tour de France? Nobody watched that shit. He got y'all Nike contracts. I could see why Lance, and I think he had cancer and everything. God bless him, man. God bless him and his family. He carried the cross. He carried the cross for them bums, and they vilified him. Barry Bonds, I always say this. He wasn't my favorite player growing up, but he is the GOAT of all sports. Balco Bonds? Nobody's touching Balco Bonds. OG Circle Game. You would say that if your name is Circle Game, that cycling is famous. You would say that. You would say that, right? Yes, it was famous. It's a Tour de France. But Lance Armstrong put it on a different level. Don't thank you. Bonds is my guy. Okay, Big Bonds. Big Bonds. I like that. Big Bonds is better than Balco Bonds. I like that OG Circle Game. So Big Bonds changed the game, right? And it was really the MLB, ESPN, the media, whatever. They turned on Bonds because Bonds had it popping. He just never had a rival. See, Mark McGwire was a dick, just like Barry Bonds, but he had Sammy Sosa smiling and profiling with him. popping his collars, going to first base. Sammy Sosa, he made them steroids. He put the swag on steroids. You kidding me? What? You need a Dominicano out there to pop that baseball out there. You kidding me? I just seen a dude sniffing coke on the third baseline. Yeah, there's what happens when they try to make baseball popular. Look at your man. What if what are these young boys doing, man? Nice haircut. Look at a good-looking kid. But what did he choose to do? Sniff the third baseline? Bananas. Your man is wild style. But my point is, yes, I love the steroids in baseball. I love the steroids in wrestling. And apparently we love the steroids in basketball. Because Braun and them boys, they be on it. And no, it's not actual. That's what we got to be careful. It's not actual steroids. It ain't actual steroids. Like, if LeBron is really on this PED shit, if he's really on PEDs and they haven't found it, if it don't fit, you must have quit, my brother, right? Because it's not steroids. Steroids, they test for that, right? You could easily get caught cheating like that. That's like, so imagine if we find out LeBron's getting a divorce because his wife, Savannah, found some chick's number on a piece of paper in his pocket while she was doing laundry. We're going to be like, man, you dumbass mother. So you can hide PEDs, but you can't hide that girl's number? You doing the steroids of cheating, LeBron, on your girl? What the hell is wrong with you? Braun don't do that. Braun don't do that. So do I think LeBron is on steroids? I don't know. Would it surprise us? Hell no. He got 4 decades on planet Earth. You're not supposed to be moving and grooving like, well, let's think about it. LeBron played in Miami, right? And guess who claims home to Miami? You guessed it, Danielle. This is Danielle's punk ass 14 years ago when Miami won the chip.
I don't believe in the chemistry stuff. I don't believe in
let's see what you got. What do you got?
Because Ron Artest just won the championship. He never fit with that team. I've seen this Heat team win a championship with pieces that didn't really fit.
Oh, we know what he's going.
He knows what I want. Look at this. What are you doing it for me for? I'm going with the dream scenario that's being talked about right now.
I'm pushing this guy away from Miami, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think he wants to play with Dwayne Wade. I don't think that's going to work.
Whatever the Heat said in 3 hours, how is it going to make up for the 35 or 40 million he's got to leave on the table? And that's going to be the toughest part of the conversation.
You know, it's easy for these guys to say,
but he might not be the best player on this team.
Look at him.
Chris Bosh, you're the 3rd best player on this team. New York, welcome to another decade of irrelevance.
Listen to him.
Cleveland's owner is a crazy person. Happy LeBronica.
Look. Now, oh my God.
Give it to me again. Give it to me again. I'm not done. Give it to me again.
Give it to me again.
A half-full sports bar.
Look, his mouth is open. Look, that man's mouth is open just like Danielle. That man's mouth is wide open just like Danielle for LeBron. You fucking chump. Get out of here, man. Now you talking LeBron PED shit, man. Danielle LeBatard, you glazer. You trailblazer. You bronze sexual. You over here going crazy. Yeah, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4 times. Glazing LeBron, who knows how many times. And now in 2025, yo, why aren't we talking about his PEDs? The rumor started while he was in Miami, because guess where all these dudes were supposedly getting their PEDs from? Danielle. Dan LeBatard has been glazing LeBron for that many years. He was on ESPN, where you couldn't talk about LeBron like that because they had a deal with the NBA, $1 billion deal. They just got up another record amount of money. Braun ain't stopping them. He ain't stopping them roids. Why would he stop them roids? He want that big money contract. He said, I'm going to get the last of this quarter Billy. Hey, Michael Jordan gambling? No, he's not. We're going to put him with some sunglasses next to Ahmad Rashad with his red eyes. He probably just had 20 rounds of golf and 20 shots of that Jack. Oh, excuse me. Spicy, but that Screaming Eagle. Pardon me, Mike, because I know you ain't drinking no Jack Daniels. You way more classy than that. Unlike your son. Michael Jordan's son is out here influencing baseball players, y'all. He's going crazy. The most influential basketball player on the planet, and his son is influencing baseball hall body karate. Oh, yeah, the laugh is evil. So Dan Lebatard's punk ass, he was on ESPN, and while he was there, Bill Simmons, he got suspended for speaking ill of Roger Goodell. ESPN suspends Bill Simmons. This is on ESPN.com, by the way. They didn't give a fuck. They let Bill Simmons know, yo, we ain't playing with you, man. 2014, ESPN has suspended Grantland editor-in-chief Bill Simmons for 3 weeks after he repeatedly called NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a liar during a profane tirade on a podcast. Every employee must be accountable to ESPN and those engaged in our editorial operations, and must also operate within ESPN's journalistic standards. ESPN said in a statement, we have worked hard to ensure that our recent NFL coverage has met that criteria. Bill Simmons did not meet those obligations in a recent podcast, and as a result, we have suspended him for 3 weeks. He called Goodell a liar about not knowing what was on a security video that showed former Ravens running back Ray Rice hitting his then fiance in the Atlantic City elevator. ESPN was willing to suspend their employee for talking about the commissioner of the NFL. What do you think they would do to Dan Lebatard? Bill Simmons at the time was running Grantland. Bill Simmons came up with 30 for 30. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.